Hi, my name is Melanie Watson. I'm a positive reinforcement trainer up in East Yorkshire in England. This little video is just to show you how I have systematically counter-conditioned a little rescue pony to the fear of being wormed. So Toby was fearful of everything, and worming of course meant that it would be attached to force, so he was just very fearful of everything. So I decided to see whether or not, I could change how he felt about being wormed. So what I've done is I've used apple sauce, and I have tried to introduce the tube with apple sauce so that he feels good about it. Now, although he's fully trained at this now and he would just come and I could stick this in his mouth, I'm just going to show you the little increments that I used to do this training in the first place. Toby? Can you come? Good. And a little bit of apple sauce. So in the first place I showed him the tube, and the tube would make him frightened, but I would show him the tube and then give him some apple sauce and take the tube away. So I'd show him the tube and give him the apple sauce. Eventually we got where I could just put the tube there and he would touch it, but that was like a little bit of an electric shock, and that was too much for him at the time. Now Toby likes the apple sauce, but that's how I've gone about it with him to change the association in the first place and give him the apple sauce. Now then what we started to do is I started to put an empty tube or a tube with just some water in his mouth, and he only got the apple sauce after he'd put the tube in his mouth. So otherwise what was going to happen was when I worm him, I'd let him down because he would expect to have apple sauce. Now he got wormed last week and he's straight back onto the tube being apple sauce. So he's quite happy about all this now. The wormer, when I wormed him, he took it the same way. He took it through his teeth, and then I was managed to worm him like I have there and slide it back and then give him the apple sauce. So I've counter-conditioned him to the fact that he's also in control of the tube. Good. And more apple sauce. So last week when I did worm him, there was no apple sauce in the tube, and the tube smelt of wormer, but then he got his apple sauce and he's forgiven me, so that's great. Well done, Toby. That's it, lovely.